if you did not hear, and maybe you're worried about other things, so you might have missed it, we learned that Rafael Devers, remember him? Yeah. Rafael Devers, the third sacker of the Red Sox, finalizing a massive 11-year, $331 million contract extension. The 26-year-old getting the longest and most lucrative contract in the Red Sox franchise history. Yeah, the same Red Sox that had not been spending money now all of a sudden break the bank. Devers deal, the biggest ever handed out to a third baseman. He is locked up, and barring some kind of scandal or other faux pas, will be in Boston for over a decade to come. So let us discuss the question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much did the backlash, the outspoken rage of the Red Sox fan, how much of an impact did that give this deal getting done, meaning Rafael Devers' contract happening as a result of the bad blood directed at the Red Sox? So on the Maller scale of cause and effect, 1 to 10, with 10 being the most reactionary you can get, I am at an 8.5. An 8.5 on the Maller scale. Very dramatic, breathtaking, eye-popping contract here. Now, I've got victory lap, fishy, and FTC. And we will lock all of these things together, and we are going to make a monster dog. Now, the Fenway Frank, a fine hot dog, but the monster dog, the better hot dog at Fenway. All right, so number one. Yeah, Roberto's not here. There it is. There it is. Mark got it. My guy Mark said he got it. There you go. Good job by you, Mark. I didn't think you. Let's try that again. Number one. All right. Good job. All right. Calm down. All right. So this move, let's get down to business here. This move was out of left field for the Red Sox. From the top down, they brazenly have been very clear here about the organizational philosophy, undaunted by the noise, right? And pig-headed, stubborn. I'm stubborn. I appreciate stubborn. They were not going to be hornswoggled into the albatross contract. That had been the message. It was the business motto of the Boston baseball team. And obviously things have changed dramatically. So this is a feather in the cap for the Red Sox fan, the angry Red Sox fan who watched Mookie Betts be given away for a half-eaten bag of potato chips to the Dodgers, Xander Bogaerts' nonstop flight to eat fish tacos in San Diego, and Rafael Devers, the last of the Mohicans. He was heading into his final season before free agency. Every key indicator pointed that Devers was going to be leaving for greener pastures. And the thing that changed, what is the thing that changed? Well, the thing that changed is the ratcheting up of the vitriol. That's what changed. The natives got restless. And well, it wasn't the breaking point, the booing of John Henry, the Red Sox owner. We talked about this in a previous episode of the show. Henry, like everyone, wants to be loved, right? You want to be loved, and everyone tell you how exceptional you are and what a virtuoso owner you are. And he wasn't getting that, right? He wasn't getting that, and he got the booze. And he said, wait a minute, I got to go to these cocktail parties on the Cape or these hanging out with these Ivy League people. And so voicing displeasure on sports radio, online, and in person, a three-prong attack by the angry Red Sox fans, booing Henry in person, complaining on sports talk radio, and ranting on social media. And when you do the arithmetic, it all goes back to the electorate. And so the Red Sox fans who made a commotion here and had a little bit of an online pandemonium, you can take a victory lap. That's a victory lap for you without the upheaval. I am 100% convinced Rafael Devers does not get the contract. He doesn't get it. And it took all of that to get the contract. So Devers ought to thank the Red Sox fans because he wouldn't have gotten that contract. He would have had to go somewhere else to get that money. All right, now page 2. Do the Red Sox now get back into the big spending ways? And so this Rafael Devers contract, the biggest ever handed out to a third baseman. But until proven otherwise, all right, this does not vindicate the Red Sox and take them out of the doghouse. This is still an island move, meaning that Rafael Devers is living the island life. And this has some very fishy vibes to it. And you think of Mike Trout in Anaheim, or probably a better analogy would be Joe Mauer in Minnesota a number of years ago when he signed this massive contract. And I'm sensing similar overtones. Now, why is that? Outside of Rafael Devers, the Red Sox everyday lineup is devoid of headline name brand stars. They signed the rotting carcass. I loved him as a Dodger, but Justin Turner's done. And he's the DH now for the Red Sox this offseason. They signed an outfielder out of Japan who's supposed to be pretty good. I don't know if Yoshida can play or not. We'll find out. And in the big leagues, and they have Dodger refugees sprinkled throughout the roster like Kike Hernandez and Alex Verdugo, who are in the lineup. They did sign Trevor Lawrence. They signed Trevor Story last offseason, but not a headline. You're not going to go out of your way to watch Trevor Story play. And one of the guys that did make great headlines on the internet and really a viral star on social media, that would be catcher Reese McGuire, who's very good at exposing things behind the plate and also in a public parking lot. Just Google him, kids. Reese McGuire. Quite the backstory on that. All right, final point. So will Rafael Devers be able to live up to the contract at Fenway, that pinball machine of offensive baseball? So despite playing in a hitter's ballpark, and the Red Sox my entire life have never gone more than a couple years without a great offensive team, I'm shaking my head no. Okay, the Red Sox brass, the reason they were reluctant to give out this kind of contract is they understand the cold reality of the situation. What they didn't understand is human emotion and the business that they're in. Because from a logical standpoint, this is a debacle, right? Short-term gain, long-term pain. These contracts are all the same. There has never been one of these mega contracts that has worked out from soup to nuts, right? From alpha to omega, it has not worked out. You live in the moment, though. And as my friends who work in that business have told me over the years, these contracts, they're really just false advertising. I contact the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission. For example, here's the way you got to look at this. I was explained to this in detail by someone I know who works in baseball. So Rafael Devers gets an 11-year deal for $330 million plus, whatever. 26 years old. This contract starts this year. It'll run through the 2033 season, which seems like it's a long way away. It's not. But it's $30 million a year on average. That is deceptive marketing, right? That's why we contact the FTC. It's deceptive marketing practices. It works out to be an average of about $30 million a year as the crow flies. But Devers is really getting a 7-year deal for an average of $47+ million per year because that will take him through his prime years. Your athletic prime based on science, right? Trust the science. You slow down at age 32. And then after that, for some players, we know this from watching sports, right, that some guys are able to squeeze out some more production depending on what kind of pharmaceuticals they have. And then others just completely fall off the map. But any production, any major production that Rafael Devers gives the Red Sox past the 7-year mark is extra gravy. It's unexpected. It's found money would be the way that I would describe it. But that's the story in a nutshell right now. As Devers gets the big contract, as he will be sticking around with the Red Sox for the long term. And now the Red Sox will do a victory lap and say how great they are and how wonderful they are, and they'll go on and on.